The concept of abundance is one that's deeply rooted in the Bible, and it's a topic that has fascinated me for a long time. When we think about abundance, we often think about having more of everything, more money, more possessions, more success, and more happiness. But the Bible offers a very different perspective on abundance, one that's not just about accumulating more stuff, but about living a life that's truly rich and fulfilling. One of the biggest misconceptions about abundance is that it's only for a select few, that it's only for those who are wealthy or talented or lucky. We often look around and see people who seem to have it all, and we assume that they must be doing something right, that they must be special or blessed in some way. But the truth is, abundance is not just for a select few, it's for anyone who's willing to open their heart and mind to receive it. Another common misconception is that abundance is just about getting more of what we want. We think that if we just had a bigger house, or a newer car, or a better job, then we'd be happy and fulfilled. But the Bible teaches us that true abundance is not about getting more of what we want, but about being content with what we already have. It's about trusting that God has given us everything we need to live a life that's rich and fulfilling. Many people struggle with feelings of lack and limitation in their lives. They feel like they're never going to have enough, that they're never going to be good enough, that they're never going to be worthy enough. But the Bible teaches us that we're already enough, that we're already worthy, that we're already loved and blessed and redeemed. And when we start to believe that, when we start to see ourselves through God's eyes, that's when we begin to experience true abundance. The Bible verse that I want to share with you today is one that has completely transformed my understanding of abundance. It's a verse that's packed with power and promise, and it's one that I know can transform your life as well. The verse is Philippians 4:19, and it says, "And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of His glory in Christ Jesus." This verse is a game changer, because it reveals to us the source of true abundance, not our own efforts, not our own striving, but the riches of God's glory in Christ Jesus. When we start to understand that our abundance comes from God, and not from our own efforts, that's when we begin to experience true freedom. We're no longer bound by our own limitations, our own fears, our own doubts. We're no longer trying to earn or achieve or strive for abundance, we're simply receiving it as a gift from God. One of the things I love about this verse is the way it shifts our focus from ourselves to God. We're no longer looking at our own inadequacies or shortcomings, we're looking at the incredible riches of God's glory in Christ Jesus. We're no longer trying to make ourselves worthy or deserving, we're simply trusting that God has already made us worthy and deserving through Christ. As we start to internalize this verse, as we start to really believe it deep down in our hearts, that's when we begin to experience the transformative power of abundance. We start to see that abundance is not just about having more stuff, it's about living a life that's truly rich and fulfilling. It's about experiencing joy and peace and freedom, no matter what our circumstances may be. So what does this verse mean